Marcus Chen wiped the grease from his hands onto his already stained coveralls, surveying the wreckage of the cargo hauler with a practiced eye. 3 weeks stranded on this backwater trading station, and still no replacement parts for the Shaw Enterprise. The irony wasn't lost on him. Humanity's first independent freight company, dead in the water at the edge of Galactic Council space. The trading hub buzzed with activity around him. Dozens of species moved through the massive hangar bay. The towering krill with their crystalline exoskeletons, the gelatinous quorm sliding along designated pathways, even a few of the rare Vexari whose telepathic abilities made them sought-after navigators. And there, approaching his broken ship, were 3 Cyrene women. Marcus had seen Cyrene before, but never up close. They were breathtaking, humanoid but distinctly alien, with skin that shimmered like pearl underwater and eyes that held the depth of distant nebulae. The Cyrene were known throughout the galaxy as master engineers and quantum mathematicians. They were also known for something else, the choosing. Every Cyrene, upon reaching maturity, selected a member of another species to bond with, not romantically, but as a lifelong partner in their craft. It was the highest honor in galactic society. Kings and corporate magnates offered fortunes for the chance. The Cyrene chose based on criteria known only to themselves. Marcus straightened as the 3 approached, trying not to look as desperate as he felt. The lead Cyrene, taller than her companions with markings of deep violet across her temples, stopped at the base of his ship's loading ramp. Her eyes, mercurial and intelligent, scanned the Shaw Enterprise with an intensity that made Marcus feel as though she could see through the hull plating to every failing system within. "Human," she said, her voice carrying the harmonic quality all Cyrene possessed. "What happened to your vessel?" Marcus shrugged, a gesture that probably meant nothing to her. "Quantum drive coupling shattered mid-jump. The emergency exit dumped us here. I have been trying to jerry-rig a replacement, but nothing in this station's inventory is compatible with human engineering specs." The Cyrene woman tilted her head. "Show me." For the next hour, Marcus walked her through his repairs. He showed her how he'd cannibalized parts from 3 different systems to create a makeshift power regulator. How he'd rewired the navigation computer using nothing but spare wire and sheer stubbornness. How he'd kept life support running by converting the recreational suite into a secondary oxygen generator. None of it was elegant. Most of it violated a dozen safety protocols. All of it worked. The Cyrene asked questions, technical, probing questions that revealed a depth of knowledge Marcus could barely comprehend. He answered honestly, explaining his reasoning, admitting when he didn't know why something worked, only that it did. Her 2 companions observed in silence, occasionally exchanging glances that Marcus couldn't interpret. Finally, the lead Cyrene stepped back. She looked at the Shaw Enterprise, then at Marcus, then at the scattered tools and improvised parts littering the hangar floor. Something shifted in her expression, recognition perhaps, or understanding. She turned to her friends. In their melodic language, she spoke a single sentence. Marcus's translator implant caught only fragments, but the meaning was clear enough. "I'll choose this human." The hangar seemed to fall silent, though Marcus knew that was impossible. His heart hammered in his chest. A choosing, here now him. "Wait," he managed.
Why?"
"I'm nobody, just a cargo hauler trying to keep his ship from falling apart." The Cyrene woman regarded him with those fathomless eyes. "That is precisely why," she said. "I am Lyrexus of the 7th Current. For 3 cycles I have observed the species of the Galactic Council. I have seen the krill with their perfect crystalline logic, the Vexari with their flawless telepathic coordination, the quorm with their chemical precision." She gestured to the Shaw Enterprise. "They are masters of what works. But you, human, you are a master of making things work. When the universe breaks your tools, you forge new ones. When the correct answer is unavailable, you find an incorrect answer that functions well enough. This is not mere survival. This is artistry in the face of impossibility." Lyrexus moved closer. "The galaxy knows humans as warriors, as stubborn negotiators, as unlikely survivors. But I see something else. I see a species that refuses to accept that anything is truly broken. You do not wait for perfect solutions. You create imperfect ones that succeed anyway." She placed a hand over her heart in what Marcus recognized as a Cyrene gesture of profound respect. "I wish to learn this. Not your engineering. I can master any species' engineering. I wish to learn how you look at the impossible and see only the not yet possible." Marcus glanced at his ship, at the patchwork of repairs that had kept him alive, then back at Lyrexis. It's not that impressive. Any human would do the same. Yes, Lyrexis said softly. That is what makes it extraordinary. She turned to her companions, spoke again in her native tongue, and they nodded with what seemed like approval. When she looked back at Marcus, there was something new in her expression. Partnership, respect, and perhaps the beginning of friendship. I will help you repair your ship properly, she said. And then, if you will have me, I will join your crew. The Cyrene do not choose lightly, Marcus Chen. We choose for life. Marcus felt the weight of that statement, the magnitude of what was being offered. A Cyrene bonding, his broken-down cargo hauler, elevated to a ship that would be welcomed in any port in the galaxy. But more than that, a partner who saw value not in his success but in his refusal to accept failure. He extended his grease-stained hand. Welcome aboard the Shaw Enterprise. Fair warning, nothing's ever fixed properly around here. Lyrexis took his hand without hesitation, her grip firm and certain. Then we shall be making imperfect solutions together. As her companions departed and Lyrexis began examining his repairs with new purpose, Marcus realized something profound. The galaxy celebrated humanity's victories, their wars won and their obstacles overcome. But sometimes the greatest recognition came from someone who appreciated not the triumph, but the struggle, the human capacity to face the broken universe and decide, against all odds, to fix it anyway, even with duct tape and spare wire.